Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. I am your host and game master, as always, Skajaramas, otherwise known as Tone Shift, and with me today we have our full cast of players and characters. We have Hades Shadow 92 playing Thanatos, the human Dark Knight.
Sup?
We have Luminous Starlight playing Rocket, our female cyborg chocobo warrior.
Sup?
Ductator herself.
Who is also a little sleepy at the moment. We have Neothil, played by Tom117Z.
It's herself, folks.
And last, but certainly not least, and also not in roll 20 yet, Darkness is Darkness, playing Alistair, our male human paladin and the star of our current plot arc.
And yet, I'm having technical difficulties again with my bloody laptop.
Brilliant!
Wonderful start.
Brilliant.
Fantabulous adventures, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's always great whenever the star of the arc is having the issue.
Forgive me, people. I am fixing it as fast as I can, for the machine gods are pissed with me again. And I don't know
Only we
why.
had Griffin with us, and then we could ground her.
Yeah, Deus Ex Machina doesn't like you at the moment, it seems. The god from the machine does not like you.
Nope.
Ah, there he is. Oh. So, where
I
we...
guess it's angry because I haven't gained enough points yet.
Engie. So, where we last left off, our party began their venture into the threatening wasteland that is the Irvian Badlands in the southwestern reaches of the first Enoan continent, in search of Elizabeth, a fellow paladin trained by Alistair's master long before Alistair ever met him, who has been through some terrible hardships and was seemingly abducted and taken south by the party's current mortal nemesis, a man named Murasan. In their venturings to the south, they encountered Cactars who were in the not employ, but in companionship with an unusual individual named Vis, a member of a previously unknown race of rabbit-like people known as the Viera.
She's a bunny.
She is. Vis was...
We're in the bunny.
Vis explained to the party the history of her people after they reconvened at her campsite, how she is a watcher for the Somlana Empire, how the Clarins and the Viera worked together to try and stymie an impossibly powerful scourge that ravaged the Somlana jungle, reducing much of it into what is now the Irvian Badlands, and how in order to do that they had to seal this twisted sorcerer of the Clarins, rat-like people, who had been turned into a semblance of the Clarins' god of death and decay, Hades, and sealed him away in some place known as Kinatoa.
But I'm not sealed away, I'm right here.
Not you, the other Hades.
Why did you choose Hades?
Last session ended with the party hunkering down for the night for some rest, as Vis contemplated whether or not it would be in her best interest to take the party to Kinatoa so that they could save their missing friend and keep Murasan from doing anything nefarious with her.
The answer is yes. Hopefully she agrees.
And if the answer is no, we go without her.
And then she follows us anyway.
So,
Really, what's the point in saying no?
we begin as the sun rises on the Irvian Badlands the following morning. The perpetual dust storm that envelops this landscape is continuing about the same as it was yesterday. But for a mercy within this little pocketed oasis that Vis calls home, you are sheltered from the winds. You can hear them raging around outside in this ominous, low, grainy, humming howl.
Sounds like home.
As you're all steadily coming to and rising up from your from your bedrolls and such and look around, you don't see any immediate sign of Vis or her cactars around your beds.
So, did we actually meet a bunny lady yesterday, or did we dream that?
If you dreamt that, you infected all of us with your dreams. No, I'm pretty sure we met the bunny lady.
So, where is she?
Oh, I'm sure she's somewhere.
You can make an awareness check if you'd like.
Awareness.
Meh.
8.
Oh, also, actually, you can add +1 to that. Let's make it 9 because it's going to be +5. But,
And the knee is not very alert.
9.
today.
It's not terrible.
And I get the same.
Exactly the same too. Fuck.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. But
what
anyway.
is this bullshit?
No, anyways. Starting off strong. Well, luckily this didn't have a very high DC. Sort of pick yourselves up, dust yourselves off a bit, and you look around for a minute, and eventually you do spot a sort of congregation by the side of the sort of oasis, small lake, large pond that is in the center of this little valley. You see, and you can just make out Vis's tall bunny ears poking up from the crowd. It looks like she's sort of knelt down and she's surrounded by her cactars, and the way her ears are sort of folded makes it look like they're drooping, almost as if she's sad or something.
Is everyone else awake at this point when we're seeing this?
Yeah, the whole party's awake.
Well, Nee's going to slowly approach and gently ask, "Is everything alright?"
As you draw closer, you see that the cactars all look pretty despondent too. You know, their eyes are sort of closed and they're sort of tilting their heads down a little bit, which is more bending and flexing than you've ever seen on a cactar until now. And as you look past them all to where Vis is at the head of the pack, you see a bundle of flowers, freshly picked by the look of it, has been sort of set up and in sort of a small ring. And in the center of them, you see a small pile of dirt and sand with a bunch of what look like cactar needles embedded into the top.
Cactar funeral, maybe for the one that got killed yesterday.
A few moments pass before eventually Vis stands up, turns around to look at the rest of you. You're all awake.
Yeah?
I hope you slept well.
Decently.
She looks back down towards what you've surmised is a grave and... I've made my decision. I will take you to Kinatoa. One of my cactars died when we met. It is my intention to ensure that death counts for something.
Well, thank you.
Get your things together. We're leaving soon.
No arguments from us.
Nope.
The quicker we can figure out what they're doing over there, the quicker we can be out of your hair.
Very well. I will make my own preparations. I will come find you when I am ready. And she turns and sort of goes briskly walking off towards the bundle of jungle trees in the center of the valley.
Well, that's about the best outcome we could have hoped for. We've got Vis, we've got you with us, Kyra. I'm liking our group strength here. Especially if we're walking into what areas we're walking into.
Well,
Well,
seven
sounds
is...
like a trap, and a guy who's probably stronger than all of us combined. plus Chain Angel of Death and a possible demigod thing.
If we can rescue Elizabeth without her turning into a chain angel of death, we can count that as 8.
And with our luck,
Well, don't count on luck.
All right. Is there anything you guys wish to do in this little valley before you set out? Any interactions you want to have? Any questions you want to ask? Anything at all?
I think we covered everything last time. Fickle.
Lumina, anything from you?
No.
Any interactions you want Rocket to have before the group sets out?
No.
Okay. Also, Darkness, just as a reminder, you are presently muted.
Yeah, just muted myself because there was noise in the background.
All right.
Well, how about me?
But yeah, I'm pretty much
Has
good.
some questions for these.
Okay. All right.
So,
You go
Neat.
find Vise, and she's like currently in the process of going over like a collection of arrows in her quiver, making sure they're all well maintained and expensive over you as you approach.
for what it's worth, I'm sorry about your friend.
It's more common than you might think. I've had a lot of practice grieving out here. And in the end, there will be more where he came from. Cactus needles act as their seeds. When one fair falls, their seeds are planted in the ground, and more will grow. When they
Still,
attack
I
a
can-
target, they shoot many, and those too will grow.
And yet I can tell it doesn't entirely soften the blow for you.
It doesn't. You're correct. As numerous and easily reproducible as they are nevertheless unique in their own little ways.
Everyone's an individual.
So it would seem, going by your group dynamic.
Yeah, we kind of crashed together, literally.
One thing I suppose I should make clear to you and your fellows. While I will be showing you to Kinatoa, I will not be allowed to follow you very far within. The first chamber, no farther.
What if we're right, and Murasan is going after your Hades?
Then I will remain without to ensure it seals shut, so he cannot escape.
I understand, though admittedly somewhat disappointed. Considering what he might have intended, I was rather hoping for your expertise.
Given the nature of what you are to face in that ancient temple, to have me there would give you an unfair advantage.
All due respect, I'm not sure I entirely understand. Surely us having the advantage against Murasan would be ideal in preventing...
Against Murasan, yes. But I'm less concerned about him for the moment. My concerns are with Hades and your potential interactions with it. Kinatoa was once a temple. A shared temple between the Clarins and the Viera. A place for both of our faiths to coexist. But when we imprisoned Hades there, every single level of that ancient pyramid was converted into another seal, meant to ensure that only the right people could venture far enough down.
Oh.
I-
That's...
I know
what
many
Murasan-
I know many of those seals myself. I help maintain the outermost of them from time to time. If I were to accompany you, what would be an adequate analogy that you would understand? She shoves some of the arrows into her quiver and puts it on her back. If what little I understand of your people is true, it would be like bringing a cheat sheet to a test. You would have all the answers already, and the test would prove fruitless.
So only those who can prove themselves can reach Hades. Why do I have the unpleasant feeling that that's exactly what Murasan wants from us?
It is hard to say.
Perhaps. Still, I have to be careful. I'd much rather rescue Elizabeth if at all possible without undoing any seals.
The doors will close behind you as you make your way. They will open again as you make your way out, but if they detect that Hades is free, the seals will be re-emplaced. Until such time as the threat of Hades is neutralized, be it by seal or destruction.
Speaking of destruction, I am curious, this little oasis, how did this place survive your calamity?
It did not.
It regrew?
With great care and attention over decades, yes. All of the
You-
Watchers have their own little oasis that they tend to, as if it were their own children. This oasis and the cactars I foster within are no different.
Can't imagine the Vertan forest ending up like it is outside of this place.
Succeed
I
in
want
your
to.
succeed in your mission here, and with any luck, it won't.
Of luck. Well, I'm ready whenever you are.
Good. My preparations are complete, she says as she places her bow on her back. Let us be on our way then. Gather your friends.
He just nods.
Alright. Alright. The rest of you, Neeg comes on down and gathers you up. Vis is waiting for you at the top of the valley as you begin to make your exit. You see she's talking to some of the cactars, again in a language you don't understand. After a few moments, the cactars give a few squeaks and go more slowly cartwheeling down back into the valley. Vis looks at you all as you all approach. You have your things? You are ready?
Yep.
Good. Then let us be about it. The sooner we reach Kinatoa, the better.
So, how far is it?
She turns and points to the south and west. Kinatoa is approximately a day and a half's travel from here. Were I traveling on foot by myself, I could reach it by sundown. But I am guiding the rest of you, so the travel time will be longer. Let us set out.
Lead the way.
And she does. She sets out, her very long legs giving her a much longer stride than the rest of you, so you kind of have to hustle a bit to keep up properly. And she leads you out of her little oasis and across the Irvian Badlands. As you go across the terrain, she routinely points out safe routes to take through the treacherous expanse of dead landscape, using little bits of rocks and whatnot as cover to shelter you from the elements and the dust or even wild creatures, pointing out potentially risky places to pass through if you're in a hurry. That would be faster, but would pose a greater risk of animal attacks and monsters and whatnot. And with time, eventually, the sun sets on the first day of travel, and you set up a rudimentary camp for the night. The night passes uneventfully, thankfully. And come the dawn, first light, Vis leads the way again. It's a relentless trek, but it's manageable. And eventually, after quite some time, you see the very same shrine, Alistair, that you saw in your dream with Murasan. The rest of you see it too, and you recognize it from its descriptions. A towering Incan Mayan-style pyramid, very tall. 4 great pillars stand outside of it. A couple of them have fallen over time. The once gray and green stones have been lightly dusted with a coating of sand over the years and partially eroded, leaving chunks of it missing or replaced with rubble. It is not as pleasant as you imagine it once was. Once upon a time, it would have been a majestic structure, but now it's hollow and lonely looking.
Well, this is foreboding. Is the place, Alistair?
Definitely. It's like a nightmare.
I went ahead and posted the music for this dungeon.
Oh, so it is a dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a playlist, so you can set that to shuffle and loop as your heart deems fitting.
Yeah.
Vise comes to a stop at the base of the stairs that ascend it and spins around to face the rest of you. I said it to your friend the other day. I shall repeat it now to all of you. Within this temple, I will only be allowed to accompany you through the first chamber. After that, you will have to proceed alone. Each chamber contains a test of sorts. If you wish to proceed far enough to find your friend and extract her, you will need to pass each one in sequence. Failure will be reprimanded harshly.
Are these the kind of written ones? Because I was never really good at those.
No, no, Thanatos. I highly doubt it's a mathematics test.
You will see for yourselves what awaits you within.
I have a feeling it's more tests of strength, tests of character, things like that. We'll find out. However, I have to say, I have a deep suspicion and fear that this is exactly what Murasan wants of us, because only those the temple deems worthy can reach Hades, and I would assume only those, likewise, can free him.
Well, what choice do we have? Mika pipes up. If we don't go in there and take the bait, then who knows what'll happen to Elizabeth?
I know, but let's be careful and weigh options before we press any big red shiny buttons, okay?
Alright.
I like big red shiny buttons.
Thanatos, no big red shiny buttons.
Yeah, this point's just walking slowly there.
Alright. Vise turns around and begins walking you up the steps, leading the way. Let's see here. And eventually, give me just a moment here, you enter in through the front door. Go ahead, everyone, and scroll yourselves down on this map to the bottom left side of the map, and you will find yourselves there.
Yep, I see it.
Yep.
I
As
see
you
it.
as you step in through the entrance, you see it's a narrow corridor, sort of this domed roof, big bricks, vaguely moss covered, and in front of you there is a wall with intricate arcane runes and patterns on it that is colored differently to the rest of it. It has this sort of reddish hue that fades out and tapers off as it gets closer to the edges. Vise turns back to the rest of you and sort of crosses her arms over her chest. This is one of the doors of this place. I will open this one for you. All that come after will be yours and yours alone to find the means of opening.
What we do if we fail, Hades is released.
If you
What
fail and
comes to
Hades is released deeper within, I will seal the temple. While his power will become unrestrained once again, he will not be capable of leaving the shrine, and it will be possible for us to organize a means of resealing him.
That's assuming that Murasan doesn't help him.
That is part of why I shall remain without. In the event that Murasan attempts to leave, perhaps I can apprehend him, or at least discern where he is going.
I would advise the latter. He made a very big hole in the forest.
Very well. Are you all prepared?
As much as we're going to be, the rest of you?
Yeah.
Alright. Kyra nods. Ready as I'm gonna be. And she takes out her whip, and Mika already has her book in her hand. Yep, yep.
I tighten the grip on my staff. Let's do it.
All right. Vise turns around, lifts the hand, and puts it up to the door. Her palm glows a subtle green as she uses some magic. The door lights up. And you hear the grinding of stone as this one big slab of it just starts rising up into the roof. Some dust falls, a few stray pebbles come down from the roof, scattering across the floor. And beyond it, you see a large, dimly lit chamber. To the left and right are large pools of water, 3 pillars spaced throughout. Against the leftern wall, you see a depiction of a large yellow bird with lightning strikes coming out of its wings. Against the right wall, you see a depiction of a great snake running beneath a massive jungle, its slithering form appearing to connect all of the roots of that forest, with bones and decomposing matter trickling down to it.
Oh,
Vise steps aside and gestures for you all to enter.
Before we go, Vise, those depictions, who do they depict?
She turns and points to the bird. The bird there is known as Quetzalcoatl, the guardian force of the Somlana jungle. The other, she turns and points at the snake, is the great Zolom. It slithers beneath the soil and converts the dead into fertilizer, and passes their souls on to the next life.
Sounds very different from my first thought of the equivalent of Leviathan and Phoenix, but I haven't heard of gods like that. Not in that form, anyway.
Our faiths
Mika?
are... Mika shrugs. It's possible that these aren't even depictions of Leviathan or Phoenix at all. It's possible that since these folks are as isolated as they are, they don't even know about those two.
I'm pretty sure Phoenix is about fire, not lightning.
What was Vise gonna say?
Vise was simply nodding along towards Mika. I know not who this Phoenix or Leviathan are, but these two entities have stood as the staples of my people's faith since the beginning of our history, and before.
We never heard. I'm just curious how, from the messenger of the gods, you never heard of these two.
Perhaps they elected to leave us to our own devices.
Maybe. Thing about gods. They can change their minds on a whim. Thanks, Vise, for taking us this far. Good luck, and
You as well.
hopefully-
And treat what you find with the respect it is due. Many lives were lost in this place.
Oh, don't worry, we're not gonna turn any stone in this place up without a severe consideration, especially considering what happens if we mess this up.
Then enter. And may
Thanatos,
Quetzalcoatl
you
favor
take
you.
point. Thanks.
Uh,
Thanatos, since you're the heavy hitter, you want to take point?
Sure, why not?
Alright.
Well-
Alright. So Thanatos is in front. I'll put Kyra off to one side. Mika is staying with Nee. Everyone else, where are you putting yourselves?
well, Nee is going to go over and just examine the other door, see what it's like.
Okay, we'll get to you in a minute.
Stay in the center, Mika, just in case anything
Nee, I
nasty.
need
Oh,
you to
she-
stay right there for the minute.
Raven, seriously?
Wouldn't be if Chronicles of Eno without a cat interrupting.
Hmm.
Alistair, where are you putting yourself?
Probably be out here.
Shit, that's Hades. He looks ugly.
What?
The one of the videos you posted for the theme, I'm looking and there's a Hades boss fight going on.
Yeah, that's one of his depictions. He has various different designs.
As do all the gods.
Well, in this version, he ain't even a god, he's just another bloody mutant amber thing.
Alright. Alright, and Rocket, where are you putting yourself in this room?
Here, because I don't know if there's going to be like a magic attack or something all of a sudden. So.
All right. So,
Hmm.
Nee and Mika, as you two are making your way across the
I'm
room,
going. Can I roll an awareness just to see if there's anything on the floor or anything?
go ahead. Sure, make an awareness check.
Just in case we blunder into a trap.
I'll have Mika roll one too.
I'm gonna laugh if one of you steps on a pressure plate.
That's why I'm rolling. 13.
I will smack you.
And Mika gets the same thing.
That's
Mika-
not. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Mika got an 8. Well, Nee got a 13. Okay. Weird. My dice were showing incorrectly, but whatever. Okay, so
Are you guys
Who's
showing
showing
us
these?
because that's mine.
it, it was showing your 13, but I'm used to the most recent dice roll being the one represented by the 3D dice. The 3D dice were showing yours, but mine was showing up in the log later, so it was a little. It threw me off for a sec.
I think it's just because we probably could enter at the same time, so you just chose one of them.
Probably. Anyway, so looking around, you're not seeing any signs of traps. You do see some magic runes, or at least you assume they're magic runes. You can't read the text along the walls and around the pillars, sort of scrawling around the depictions of Quetzalcoatl and the Zolom, but you're not entirely sure what it all means. The runes aren't glowing, they're just there. But as you are approaching the door on the other side, you hear a low rumble, like the crack of distant thunder.
Nee stops in the center and kind of puts a hand up for Mika to stop as well.
She does. I heard that too. And you all heard that. You all heard the low crack of distant thunder.
I have a feeling test number 1 is about to begin.
A few seconds pass. A bolt of electricity suddenly sparks down in the middle of the room right ahead of you, Nee, right there. And then another, crackling violently in the center. Storm clouds start rising up from the waters to your left and right and gathering in that one spot. Condensing and crackling with a great deal of static, spinning faster and faster like a small tornado. Mika has her weapon at the ready, as does Kyra.
Oh no.
A few seconds pass as the whirlwind picks up intensity, more lightning bolts lashing out at every nearby surface and creating little scorch marks. The runes along the walls light up with blue light. And then finally, the cloud parts as two great green wings appear. And you are all greeted, if you will permit me a minute to try and find the thing, because apparently I did a thing wrong. Give me a moment.
I say, Tom, do the thing.
Give me a sec. I'm trying to do the thing. I'm trying to get the picture of the sucker so you can see it.
Why do I get the feeling we're gonna have like multiple bosses throughout this entire, like every single room is just another boss, and it's gonna be a pain.
Oh,
in the
boss
ass.
roulette. Oh, look.
Do the thing.
I don't know who that was. It.
Do the thing.
Oh god, it's the trial of bosses.
Right.
Boss run.
Although our DM seems to be having trouble locating.
Yeah, hang on. I'm having trouble getting it to properly recognize
It's okay.
the picture. There we go.
Like, if it's a sapient creature, I might be able to question on what the Murasan's been
All
through
right,
here.
well,
but if
anyways,
not-
as the clouds part, you see a great green bird. You recognize it as Quetzalcoatl floating before you.
Oh. Birdie.
Birds.
Quetzalcoatl, one of this place's guardians, is like on the wall.
And
Are
the
you saying
rocket is a bird that's bigger than you.
And Vis peers into the room. Your first test is upon you. Good luck. And
Oh, no, yeah.
and then Quetzalcoatl rears its head back and emits an ear-piercing eagle shriek. And we are beginning combat. I posted the battle theme for this fight down in chat.
So what was that about talking to it, Nee?
I was only going to ask if, well, Murasan's been through here or not.
I don't think it's keen on
Okay.
talking.
Well, hopefully it'll answer some questions after we've been this little test.
Fine.
Alright, OC, we need to plan.
And yeah,
Thanatos, hit with something.
Alright, well, yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty basic plan there.
Actually,
Alistair.
no. The first thing we always do. Knee
Or-
shoots it.
Oh, yeah, I can't use ambush or anything right now.
Hang
Disabling
on.
shot.
Just say it.
Or should Rocket scan it first?
Well, Rocket can do that for hers. But that works as a boss
It's
creature.
a boss.
So
You don't know what classification of enemy it is.
I think it works on regular bosses. It just doesn't work on end bosses.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on anything above Notorious level, but I will say this enemy technically has a unique difficulty classification because of some stat MacGyvering I had to do to make it work for what I had intended. So it technically falls somewhere between Notorious and Boss. So I'll give you partial stats if you use Scan on it.
Ah.
Like, I'll let you know its max HP and MP, but I won't tell you the rest of its stats.
So you,
But
you
you won't
could
tell its weaknesses. God damn.
so you could move and use scan, or you could use your entire action to move towards it potentially. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
It would take your entire action to move up to it, but getting close would also leave you vulnerable to an attack.
Mm.
But
So
Unless-
maybe move halfway, then scan.
Yeah, move half and scan.
All right. All right.
Half and
you-
scan it is.
Yep, Rocket, you come charging up, and you open up your mechanical eye and initiate the scan ability. And in so doing, you get partial statistics on the creature. And you learn that it has 1,000 hit points and 250 MP.
Oh dear.
1,000 hit points.
Ooh,
That is a lot.
Can't tell what
that
it's
may
weak
be
to.
bad.
Still 1,000 hit points. At least now we can better measure.
Okay.
Also, for some reason, its hit point bar is grey on my screen. Just means it's empty because it's kind of showing in the background.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well-
I mean, the red bar is his HP bar.
No,
There is
it's
no
not
red bar.
there is no red. It's empty. It's just showing the grey background behind it.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah, I see that. Well, Nate, weaken it, and then
Well-
Thanatos did it.
For that. Right, well, alright, Nee is indeed going to move a little further back here, and then it's
You
going
are
right,
ranged.
say as for disabling shot.
Yes.
Ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee.
Since it is
Alright, so
flying,
the escape is well, vital shot. I don't think that's really good. So, what do you think? I'm going to go for either accuracy or avoidance, as is my norm. Which one? Because
I feel with it being a flying enemy, it's going to have a high avoidance.
it's also
So-
very big, though. But yeah, accuracy. All right. Yeah, fuck. I'm going to go for avoidance.
all right,
But-
make your attack roll.
First, you got to hit the damn thing.
Plus 5. 13.
Okay.
That should hit.
Nice. That is one more than you needed to hit it.
Well, it's a good thing I get its accuracy down. Oh, wait, it's avoidance down rather, because that is its avoidance is 12 minus 2. That'll be 10. So it's still high, but it's not as high as it would have been.
That's better.
All right, roll
I'll probably
damage.
just use magic on it.
2d6 plus, and let me just remind myself what my damage rolls are. So 15, 30, 45. 45. You. 55.
55. All right, and minus 12 for her armor. It's 43. So Quetzalcoatl takes 43 damage. All right.
That's a start.
All right, Rocket already used scan. Thanatos, what are you doing?
It's 5% myself.
Well, let's see here.
I mean, you could start using some spells to just try and probe if it has a weakness.
Yeah, I was going to. Usually bosses like this are immune to poison, so I'm not going to bother
Flying.
with that.
What's flying? Like flying is weak to air attack and stuff, isn't it? Maybe lightning?
The flight thing makes it immune to Earth elemental attacks and spells, so you can already guess she's immune to those.
Yeah, and she has lightning around her body, so I imagine she already has lightning attacks because the depiction has lightning around the bird, doesn't it?
So, yeah, it does.
So
So,
it
lightning and
probably-
earth are out.
Attacks won't respond to lightning. Fire, maybe try.
Yes, I shall throw a fireball at it.
All right.
Just use regular fire.
All right. How much MP is that again?
5.
All right. you
Bear in mind,
check
it's
that.
going to be using lightning attacks. So, Rocket, you're going to be weak to this thing.
Spell times 3
Be careful, Rocket.
and
Speaking of Rocket, Alistair, when it comes to you, do you want to cast a protective spell on Rocket just because of those lightning attacks?
Oh, I'd be covering her. I want to save
Alright.
the most. The other one for
44.
later.
44 minus
Cover.
8 for its magic armor.
And now I take away the
36 damage. All right. So, you lift up your hand to conjure a fireball and you yuck it across the room. Boom! It hits Quetzalcoatl on the front of the chest. It flaps back a couple feet. Doesn't seem to have done more or less damage than you would expect. You discern that Quetzalcoatl has no elemental reaction to fire one way or the other. Normal damage from fire-based attacks.
Well, that's one thing.
Does Mika have an air attack?
Well,
Mika?
yeah, she's got arrow.
She has, yep, she has arrow.
I would
Alistair
quote
has
that.
Aurora.
I know some flying types, in like Final Fantasy 3, for instance, are weak to air because they've been knocked out of the air.
Which
So
it doesn't make much sense.
I think it's the thing, like they get knocked
Try
out.
water against it.
I don't think we have any water.
No one in the group has water-based elemental magic.
No, we don't.
Ice is the closest thing we have, which is with Mika.
If we had a black mage, we could probably have all the elements covered. But no.
Yeah.
You ever wonder what the yellow mages do?
Yellow mages.
Those don't exist.
Imagine what. You know,
What would a yellow mage?
Oh
do?
man, if only we could have done that.
They
Mika
make
throws
lemonade.
ice.
They make lemonade.
Anyways, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have. Well, first I'm gonna let Alistair take his move. Player characters before NPCs.
he's doing cover. I know that much.
Okay, cover on Rocket.
Well, cover and deer at the creature.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the holy one, isn't it? I'm not sure holy will do this because it's like a god being, which is from the definition of holy.
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's
I will not
minus
be
8
surprised
for
if
its
it's in
magic armor.
Because I don't feel like going right up to it and whacking it.
That's 26 damage to Quetzalcoatl as you hurl a pearl of light from the tip of your staff. Flashes against one of its wings and it kind of does a little spin off to one side. It does not react to holy one way or the other.
Alright, so holy is normal.
I wonder if shadow would work.
All right. Let's see here. Kyra.
I wondered if Mika would have thrown ice, then Thanatos throws fire. Would the ice melt? And that would be
That's how it
water.
works.
Kyra has fire breath.
Yeah. Still, let's try all the different attacks and just try and use this first round of probe.
Yep.
See if you can find a weakness, we can exploit the heck out of it.
Let me double check how deep breath works.
Fire call.
All right, Kyra is going to go ahead and sort of lean back and inhale deeply. Her chest puffs out, and you actually see, like, through the gaps in her armor, you see, like, her chest is starting to glow red with heat, and she is going to make an attack roll against Quetzalcoatl,
Fire breath.
and she will
Yeah,
hit.
birdie.
Thank you, Knee, for lowering its avoidance.
You're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome?
Let's
Who wants
see
a fry? Who wants a fried bird?
Let's maybe not insult the deity of Beast back there.
All right, so that is 57 damage as she suddenly lurches forward and just this gout of this torrent of flame emerges from her pursed lips like a flamethrower. The whole chamber lights up with orange light as it hits Quetzalcoatl. The bird lifts up from the flames. The tips of its feathers sort of singed a little bit, but it seems otherwise fine and annoyed.
Nice.
She's definitely your type.
And finally, Mika is going to use the most powerful spell in her arsenal. She is going to cast Blizzara.
Because that ice is her specialty, apparently, and it's useful on everything, apparently.
Alright.
She certainly gives me the chills.
Alright, so mind times 5.
Can we just take 5 hit points from Knee just for that?
No, cannot.
Because that was painful.
If anything, since I'm inducing pain, I should do damage with it.
60 damage total to Quetzalcoatl.
Don't worry, Hades. The only thing I give you is goosebumps.
All right, and with that, the party's round is over. Vis is
Oh, wait.
back to observe.
Oh wait, I didn't move.
Do you want to move?
You just realize that now?
I just realized that. Yeah, and yes,
Yeah,
I would.
bro.
I
Get in
also
there.
normal.
So yes,
Go for
I
it.
would like to move. Yoink.
All right.
So, yeah, the ice attack it also didn't react in any particular way.
Doesn't seem like it now.
Alright, so the only one we haven't tried it again is wind, or shadow. So we need to try.
So, Quetzalcoatl is going to shake off the damage you all dealt, and with another eagle cry is going to suddenly fly around really fast back here.
Oh, fuck. It's behind me.
Bugger all.
And it is going to...
Is it a group attack?
I feel like it's gonna be an AOE.
There's not really much place we can spread out here unless, say, I jump up into one of those pillars.
And it is going to target Alistair with this next ability.
Oh,
You watch as Quetzalcoatl tilts her head back, and this almost peacock-like song begins to emanate from within, gently distorted like music. And Alistair, I need you to make a finesse check.
shit.
Alistair, don't fuck it up.
I can't alt that. It's the fucking dice.
Don't
And the
fuck it
worst
up.
thing of... I can't! It's a fucking program!
9.
Right, you need to beat a 9.
Oh, my odds are going to be double ones right here. There's no
You can
way.
you can beat a 9. I know you can.
Buddy, the way that the dice hate me, there's no way I'm going to pull this off.
Just roll it.
Just checking to make sure how much I got.
9's beatable. Or not.
All right.
So,
Jinx
I'm
it.
beatable until it's Alistair.
All right, so, Alistair, you hear this song in your mind, and it permeates your being. You visibly relax for a second, and that's the Quetzalcoatl's turn. Everyone else, first thing that happens, Alistair, I need you to make a melee attack against Neothil.
What?
He's been charmed.
Chop. Chop.
Wait, what?
You are under the negative status effect Charm. The character is placed under the control of whoever caused the charm status, fighting for that side even against former allies until the effect fades.
Well, that's the
Charmed-
good thing.
I know.
Is
I know, I was just doing Alistair's reaction. What the...
Charmed characters will still retain their understanding of the world and won't inflict direct self-harm. For example, ordering a charmed character to hurl themselves off a cliff would be ignored, but you could order a character with the cover ability to cover you at all costs. Charmed characters cannot spend destiny or activate limit breaks, nor will they use items or take actions that might cause their equipment to break. Taking damage has a 25% chance of removing the charm status.
So I'm just beating here with my stick.
Yeah, you're turning and, like, clobbering Neothil in the side of the head with your staff, so make an attack roll.
Eh!
10.
10. My avoidance is 9, so...
Yep, you hit. Roll damage.
sorry, Nee.
And the one
Be
time
honest.
that your shitty accuracy, we would like you to not hit.
Why does this have to be me? I didn't even do anything.
I rolled randomly to see who it would pick, and it landed on you.
Yep, the dice hates me.
All right, minus Neothil's armor, which is
31 minus 15.
so that's 16 damage. Neothil just took.
I'm just mildly annoyed with this turn of events.
Yep. As Alistair suddenly turns and boom, kind of clocks you in the chest, but your armor sort of absorbs the brunt of it, but it still hurts. Like, oh, Alistair, what the fuck? And like you
He
look up,
kind
and
of
you
gets up and gets like, the fuck.
yeah, and like when you look at, you see like in his eyes, you actually see like in his pupils this little. It looks like a blue glow that resembles static electricity, sort of staticking across his eyes here and there.
Swell.
So okay, so that's Alistair's round.
Would it be possible to use what would have been my movement to kind of walking around with a hand just around the back of the head, and then use the next thing to shoot the third.
Not quite. You only get one attack action per round. So you can make an attack against Alistair and just use an unarmed attack for minimal damage, but...
How many turns does this effect last?
4. You can see the timer on him as the green bar. That is visible to you, all right?
Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So one of you knock him out of it, and I go for the bird.
You try. Mika needs to try a wind attack. Thanatos needs to try a shadow. Rocket, you're a big heavy melee. You should probably attack. Kyra can do her thing. Alright, I'm just gonna try and knock some sense into him.
I'm sorry, Nee. The song made me.
Like Alistair, in your head, you've basically temporarily been converted into a fervent believer of Quetzalcoatl. So,
8.
Praise the...
8 to hit. Alistair, what's your avoidance?
Hang on. My avoidance is... Oh, it hits. So it's only 6. You're good.
All right.
I'm not using weapons, so just 2d6, I guess.
2d6 plus your power.
Plus power, which is 7. Oh. 13.
And Alistair, what's your armor?
I said this shouldn't even hurt. His armor's probably like 20-some.
Sorry, that's half my armor. 26, nothing.
Okay, so Alistair takes no damage, but nevertheless, Alistair, I need you to pick a number between 1 and 4.
I wasn't trying to hurt you, I'm just trying to
Okay. I
make you
choose
wake up.
3.
Okay, Neotho, roll 1d4. On a 3, Alistair is relieved from charm.
Roll 3, knee. Come on.
I won't. But there you go. 2.
Nope,
Damn.
doesn't work. All right, Thanatos, what you doing?
I shall be activating the dark side.
Okay.
6 plus accuracy. Oh, my accuracy's 5 now. $14. Yeah, that hits.
All right, yep.
14 and takes 1/4 of my health. I forget what is that now.
1/4 of your health. That's your 20, 52.
I don't have a calculator.
63 damage you just took for doing that.
I don't have a calculator.
Right, refresh my memory. What attack were you doing?
So just melee with my scythe.
All right.
So
Right. Sorry if I seem a little distracted. I'm trying to... I just remembered I forgot to put Caius's token anywhere on this map in case you decide to summon him, so I'm working on fixing that right now.
I could do that.
You
I
totally
kind of forgot about him for a second.
Yeah, you can summon him if you want. Up to you.
Oh wait, plus dark side. That's plus 3 more. So okay, hang on a second. I gotta get my phone to use a calculator. Darn calculations. Alright, 72.
Alright, I have Caius's token made if you ever want to summon him.
Okay, and that's 79 points of shadow damage to Quetzalcoatl.
You summoned Caius. I took my headphones off a minute.
No, I was just doing up Caius's token in case Hades wants to summon him. He hasn't actually done it yet. I said 67 damage to Quetzalcoatl.
Some of the Caius haven't beat the shit out of Alistair. I'm sure you'd love it.
Alright, so Thanatos, you sort of let your dark side take over for a moment. Your body turns black, your eyes burn like coals, and with a quick, you swing upward. Your blade unleashes a big crescent as you swing up into the underside of one of Quetzalcoatl's wings. Pulse of darkness. Like you see this big gash appearing in one of Quetzalcoatl's breast-like things, I suppose, and you can see like electricity and light just pouring out of it, and an agonized, piercing shriek fills the air from that. Rocket, what are you doing?
And no elemental, like,
No elemental reactions to shadow one way or the other.
Alright, well, the only thing we have that we haven't tried is wind, so that's up to Mika.
Probably snap Alistair out of it if he isn't already.
Okay. So, do you want to use your weapon or make an unarmed version of your attack? Unarmed would do less damage.
Unarmed.
Okay, so go ahead and make a standard attack roll against Alistair's avoidance.
Okay. Do I gotta roll accuracy?
Yeah. Accuracy is your attack roll.
Okay. Ugh, cat. Seriously.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that hits Alistair. 14.
It's a 6, yeah.
All right, so Rocket, go ahead and roll 2d6 and then add your power.
Okay.
Oh, 6 as long as that. Yep.
All right, no damage
Same
to
as me.
Alistair, but okay, so Alistair, again, pick a number between 1 and 4. You can keep it at 3 or you can pick a different one, up to you.
That was a bit good.
Like at any given
3.
time, okay, so
3.
staying at 3. Rocket, roll me 1d4, please.
Okay.
No.
Bitch.
I knew it would be 2. I bloody knew it.
fucking, god damn it.
Alright.
I know it's like a thing with these with 1d4s. They always seem on the same one over and over.
Okay, so you kind of lightly peck Alistair on the back of the head like, hey man, come on, snap out of it. But he seems to still be charmed. All right, NPC's turn. Kyra, let's see here. Is there a limit on how many times she can use her fire breath? Let me double check.
I don't believe so. Dragoon.
What's his HP, eh? Because we still can't see his HP bar.
711 out of 1,000. You've done about 300 damage so far. And yeah, Kyra is going to come running up, and she is going to once again do fire breath.
Because that should just be a standard action. There's no limit on them.
All right, nice. So let's see here. So that is a standard attack roll. So 2d6 plus 5. Need to meet a 10. Yep, she hits. All right. So 62 damage to Quetzalcoatl as Kyra comes running up and again breathes a gout of fire over the great Thunderbird. And Mika is going to run forward and, per Neothil's persistence, is going to use Arrow. So that will be 8 MP. Let's see here, and the damage for Arrow for her is mind times 3, so 12 times 3, 36, plus 2d6. Alright, so here's what happens. Neothil comes running up, sort of, her sword is currently in book form, she puts a hand on it, lifts it up, and you see like the air actually swirling sort of these green gales, and she pushes her palm out. A bunch of gales of wind come flying out, and the Quetzalcoatl turns, and they buff it against the Quetzalcoatl's chest, and nothing happens. Quetzalcoatl is immune to wind damage.
So,
So what?
So it's Earth we need.
No, Earth.
No,
She's
it's
immune to
either.
Earth because flight.
No.
So
What
it's
is the
water.
one thing we don't have?
The one element we don't have.
Unless it's just normal. Again, it might not even have any actual weaknesses. To
I wouldn't put it past.
I will say it does have an elemental weakness to water.
So
When I was
just the
when I was
one
when I was
element-
originally statting it, it did also have a weakness to ice back then, but then I realized the antlion had that, and a lot of enemies have had that, and it didn't make sense for this one, so I eventually scrapped that weakness on this one.
Well, for us it has no weakness because none of us have water.
Yeah.
One
So-
element we don't have.
So it's back to the Quetzalcoatl's turn. Alistair's timer is down to 3. Quetzalcoatl now, being rather perturbed. Let's see here. Once again, I'm going to have her fly to another part of the room, over here, sort of over your heads. Great flap of her wings, a burst of wind. And when she reorients, she's going to turn back around and lean her head back, and you see a ball of lightning forming on the tip of her beak. And she is going to attack.
Do not rock.
I'm gonna have her attack. Let's roll and find out.
Please not rocket.
Mika.
I am mad about this.
Alright.
I'm a bitch.
18 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits. That's almost a crit.
Yeah, Mika's magic armor is 15, so
What is it for damage? Let's find out.
51 damage to Mika. You watch as Quetzalcoatl unleashes this big bolt of electricity that comes flying out. Mika's like, oh shit! It hits her in the chest, and she is sent flying back a few feet before sliding to a halt back here, smoke rising from her chest where there's this big burn mark.
Son of a.
Alright, back to the party.
Praise the practical.
And Alistair, you are surrounded by Thanatos, Rocket, and Neothil. I will leave it up to you who you are attacking, and in what capacity. Spell, melee, up to you.
I would recommend. Hey, if you could attack us with a healing spell, that'll be nice.
That's not an attack.
I mean, I can go with some healing.
Well, Alistair is trying to hurt you right now, so...
How about just laying down, making a nice stone angel? Or going off the that you seem to love much. Winamas. I think he rolled.
Okay, what does that mean?
Who's the target?
I'll say you won't roll.
Thanatos.
Thanatos. Okay.
Alright.
Bring it on, stick boy.
Are you using a spell, or are you just clunking it with your stick?
I would suggest clunking with stick, because that's the
Clunking with
weakest attack
stick.
you have.
Alright. But again, Alistair is still in full possession of his faculties. He's just been shifted to temporarily fight for Quetzalcoatl, so... Mechanically speaking, he should be fighting as if you were all the enemy.
Well, if you're letting him make this decision, I suggest you make the smart freaking decision.
You know, again, there's a flaw in that. You say that, and yet the player doesn't want the party to lose.
Throttle.
What was that?
What is that?
Do you?
What?
What?
We're having words after this, Darkness.
We're going to be having lots of words, and my
It's-
magic armor is 10. Asshole.
Why would you choose one of your better attacks?
Because he's fighting for the bird.
Yeah, it's just called role-playing. Okay, so...
Praise the bird.
That's
Alright,
I'll
so
shove
that's,
this bird right up your ass.
17 damage to Thanatos.
no, my magic armor is 10. Because I have heavy armor.
Oh.
So that's 22.
Okay, 22 damage to Thanatos then. Did you already apply that?
No.
Okay, applying it now. Alright, so Alistair turns and the flaring in his eyes rides up as he points his staff at you. Thanatos is like, ah, shit, as you see just a pearl of light form on the tip of his staff and hits you in the chest and you go skidding back a few inches.
Even if he's under bird control, if Alistair on some level knew he was fighting his friends and so forced himself to do attacks that aren't going to fuck us up quite so much.
So, you know, So- no, as he's being pushed back, you all just hear, "Oh, you are so punched!"
Alright, so that's
somewhere
Alistair's go. For future reference, that is actually a decent point, Tom. So in future rounds, Alistair, what I think we'll do is at the start of your round, we'll have you make a finesse check with past a certain threshold, and if you roll higher than that, I'll let you dictate your own actions. Otherwise, I'll dictate them for you as per charm. Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay.
But meanwhile, at the back of somewhere of Alistair's mind, no,
Why?
Yeah, and that would be the point of the finesse checks for you to show deliberate restraint. All right, so that was Alistair's go. Everyone else, players first.
Slap.
Okay, you're just punching him again.
Alistair, wake the fuck up!
Why aren't you praising?
I am
Right.
That hits.
2, by the way. I'm choosing 2 now.
2.
Wait, what?
2 to get it
Oh, yeah, I go for 2.
Yeah, Alistair's typically the one who picks the number. You just rolled ahead at.
No, you had us pick the number and he rolled it.
No, that was when basically what targets to pick, isn't it?
In this fight, the way I've been doing it since it started is Alistair picks the number and then you roll to hit it.
Yeah. So I pick 2 this time.
So,
It's got to be 2.
It's
All right.
It'll be 2. So
Come
it's
on,
1.
2. Come on, 2. Come on.
No!
Double fuck!
Why did you roll, Alistair?
Mika, can you just put him to sleep until it wears off?
Even when I pick 2, it says no.
Frankly, putting him to sleep might be better.
I was like, Mika, can you just put him to
Wait
sleep?
a minute. Why the fuck did you not use sleep on me?
Well,
That's
now
why
that you
I'm
mention
asking
it,
right now.
well, if that's what you want Mika to do this turn,
And then we can wait 4 rounds and then a simple tap will wake him up when he's not going to be completely useless.
I will have her
Wait,
expend
no,
5
yeah.
MP to cast Sleep on Alistair. Alistair, I need you to make an opposed finesse check against Mika.
Shit.
So,
Fail.
if he's
Fail.
asleep, does the counter for charm still go down?
The counter for charm will still go down. It's just that
Thank God.
sleep will still be in effect too, and so it'll last 1 round longer.
Do not beat 13.
The thing is-
I swear to
thing is-
God, darkness.
The thing is, all we have to do is tap
Thank
him and wake him up because damage destroys sleep.
Yes.
100% chance, so
This Alistair is asleep now.
good. Focus on the bird in
Alright,
3
so-
rounds' time. Kick him and he'll wake up.
Alright,
Alright.
so, Alistair, as you're sort of reeling from getting sort of slapped in the face by a very perturbed Neothomik, is like, let me... Puts her hand on her book again, lifts it up, and you see like this cloud of purple smoke, and she pushes it forward. Alistair, you turn to face her, and the cloud of smoke hits you in the head. You look, yes, and you collapse on the ground unconscious.
Alright,
now.
focus on the bird. Pissing me off.
I find it hilarious how the star of the arc is currently both charmed and asleep and basically useless in this fight. That would be his arc.
Alright,
Sorry, Mother Bird. I'm feeling very sleepy right now.
Thanatos, what are you doing?
Rocket, were you typing?
No, my cat was on the keyboard.
Okay.
She's amazing.
Okay, so I have something I wish to do. I wish to use an ability, not dark side. I wish to use where is it?
Caius?
Night Sword.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Night Sword, which gives my next attack the HP drain, lucky, and zombie touch. And also can be used at long range, so I don't have to move.
Lucky, let me double check what that does.
It increases the chance of me getting a critical hit. So if I roll an 11 or a 12 in my 2d6, then that's a critical hit. So if I roll, at least I think. Here, might want to double check it. God damn it. Steam, not now.
Lucky. Yeah, you're right, that's what it does. And HP drain. Okay.
After this round, Hades, can I also ask that you summon Caius just to make up for our lack of a party member?
I will, in a sec. First things first. Accuracy.
And you did
And
it.
that's a crit!
That's 11. Okay. Roll damage, double the result.
Okay, so roll 2d6 plus...
Nope. So all the damage I've done to you has
36.
just been healed.
That's 88 damage.
And you get 44 hit points back.
No, I get... No, HP drain gives me the full amount.
HP drain. In addition to dealing damage, every successful attack with this weapon restores the wielder's hit points by an amount equivalent to 50% of the damage inflicted by the attack after modifying for armor. Because you can't actually inflict more damage than a target's foe has HP, the value restored by HP drain will never exceed 50% of the target's remaining health. So
Fair enough.
it's 50%. So I still need to apply the armor to this. So roll 88 minus 12. So whatever half of 76 is 76 divided by 2. So you get 38 hit points back, and Quetzalcoatl takes 76.
Also, Quetzalcoatl gets the zombie status on her if she's not immune to it.
It would appear that she is immune as the attack hits, and she just shrugs it off, just takes
Because
the
of
damage,
course she is.
but she doesn't become zombified.
I still get hit points back, but
Yep.
it's 38 hit points.
You get back 38 hit points. Yes, go ahead and apply that.
Oh well, I just gotta calculate. 7 plus 38, 205.
Still does Sleeping Beauty's boob.
All right, and Rocket, what are you doing?
Let's see, my friend's asleep.
Yep.
And that is a big lightning bird over there, which would be stupid to charge at.
You do have other abilities at your disposal. Don't forget.
If you don't want to attack, Mika could always use a potion as well, because
Mika's already acted this round as it is.
Yeah. And the only person who can guard me is unconscious, so it would be stupid to charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
at least till he wakes up, at which point you have your
No, I
shield.
really don't know what to do.
Well, like I said, you could always give a potion to Mika.
What about Meteor Rain? You do still have that.
Isn't that a limit ability?
It's a limit ability, yes.
How many points have you got?
Destiny boys.
Destiny?
Mhm.
13?
Oh, funny hell.
Oh. Yeah, you could do it.
Benefits of an extra every time.
It's been a while since I did it, so I'm not entirely familiar. I
I'm
can't remember.
Let's see here. Meteor Rain. Meteor Rain is a standard action usable once per in-game day, which causes the warrior to strike each enemy once in whatever manner he or she chooses. Whether this is represented as a burst of sonic energy erupting from the tip of a sword, a wild charge through the ranks, blah 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 blah. Doesn't really matter. However, the warrior may choose to spend any amount of destiny to amplify this effect. Each of these attacks deals force plus finesse times twice your level points of magic armor or armor damage, your choice, striking all enemies automatically. After the attack resolves, the warrior may choose to expend 1 point of destiny in order to repeat this process. There is no limit to the number of times the warrior may attack in the same standard action by expending multiple destiny this way. So it's basically a guaranteed hit, and you can hit however many times you want, but it costs destiny for each hit.
Okay,
And how much does it take to revive in case you die?
8.
In order to cheat death, yeah, 8.
So
I thought it was 7.
It's 8 and 6 to go out with a blaze of glory.
yeah, in theory, Rocket could do it 3 times and still have enough destiny to cheat death.
Thing is, this is only the first challenge. Do we want to use it now?
Yeah, maybe just do it once because this is only the first boss. There's probably more.
I mean, we've already got it to
Yeah.
current health at.
So it's,
We
It's
can't
currently
see
at
it.
573 hit points. You still can't
Almost
see it.
half anyway.
So what do I roll?
You would. Let me double check the damage output here. There isn't a dice roll really. It's just whatever your force and finesse is plus twice your or times twice your level. Your level is 6, so it'll be your force plus finesse times 12.
Force plus finesse times 12?
So what is your force and finesse added together?
8.
So 8 times 12, you'd do 96 damage, either targeting magic armor or regular armor, your pick.
Well, it doesn't have armor, does it?
What did you say? I couldn't hear.
It would be 96 damage targeting either armor or magic armor, your pick.
Has worse magic armor, doesn't it?
Yeah, magic armor is 8, and I think regular is 12. So yeah, magic armor would probably be better.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you're targeting magic armor?
Yeah.
All right. So, Rocket, you sort of flare out your wings, give out an angry sort of guttural eagle bird snarl. You kick up into the air with a flap of your wings, spin around in the air, spread your wings out, charge up your rocket boosters, and with a single flap and a burst, you send out 2 little fireballs that merge into one and strike Quetzalcoatl in the front with a big explosion that deals 88 points of damage.
How many points does that cost me?
The first attack, I don't think the first one costs you any destiny. It's if you want to use more consecutive attacks that it costs more destiny.
Okay.
Wow. So you've got 3.
She can do it quite a bit.
Yeah, she can attack once for each point of destiny she has if she wants, but at the same time she can only use this attack once per in-game day. So.
I thought it would cost 3 then every subsequent time.
It doesn't list anything like that. So.
Oh, never mind. That's actually pretty bloody good as a large damaging attack and 1 for extra attack.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And the best thing of all, she didn't get into range of that thing. Although saying that, it can swoop over.
As always, Rocket, you're bloody badass.
So yeah, go ahead, fire
Nice
away
job.
if you want.
Okay.
Fire the cannons.
How many more times do you want to do it?
And how much health is it on now from that?
It is
now,
at 485.
So just under half.
Twice?
2 more times?
2 more times.
It would cost 4 points?
It would cost you 2 destiny points to use it 2 more times.
Okay.
All right, you doing that?
11.
All right.
And that leaves you still with 3 destiny points. That's decent.
All right. So, Rocket fires off 2 more of these little meteors. They strike Quetzalcoatl 2 more times. It's now down to 309 hit points, and the rapid fire explosions cause it sort of press up against the wall back here.
Ooh.
Very hurt.
I am Big Bird.
One day, Rocket, you must aim for someone's nuts with that. I think they'll really appreciate the attention.
All right. I'm going to plop Mika right here, and I'm going to actually have her turn, and I'm actually no wait, she's already acted. So I'll just have her move, but she can't do anything else for now.
I dubbed the rocket the mortar bird.
And sadly, Kyra
Rocket is
can't.
gaining many titles.
And sadly, Kyra can't get close enough for a melee attack just yet. So what I'm going to have her do is I'm going to have her use jump. So she is.
Boing.
I'm imagining her jumping and smacking into the fucking roof.
What it basically is she like just leaps over here and like presses her feet up against the wall, and she's just priming to leap back into the fray. And now
Good,
it is to Quetzalcoatl's turn. Quetzalcoatl is Quetzalcoatl is very, very unamused and very irritated. So she's going to put herself in the center of the room, going to expend all of her destiny and use her limit break. You are correct.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh,
She's pissed.
you suck.
Bad birdie. Bad.
So, you watch as Quetzalcoatl lifts up into the air with a few spins, high up above all of you. Her wings spread wide, and the entire chamber starts to darken. The walls start flickering and flashing with electricity. It all starts.
With the lines.
Rocket, this is gonna hurt.
She's glaring down at all of you, and you can actually see, like, in her abstract, smooth face, 2 little pearls of blue electric light as more and more electricity starts swirling all over her body and gathering on her beak in a large sphere of crackling, unstable electric energy. And then she leans forward, and it comes flying out, hits the ground in the center of the group, and rapidly expands out in a large dome as more storm clouds suddenly wrap around the whole arena. enveloping you in a dome of raging storm clouds as bolts of lightning come firing in, striking you from all sides. So let's see here.
Does it hit Kyra?
She is in the middle of a jump, so she actually manages to evade it.
Avoid jump.
It does not hit Kyra.
All right, so
Just the rest of us that are fucked.
Especially poor Rocket.
all right, so
Shit.
let's hear. We need to
That's
apply.
my door number.
Let's hear. So we need to apply magic armor values. Rocket, what's your magic armor?
Should be 10.
Yeah.
All right.
But she takes double because it's lightning.
So Rocket takes 162 points of lightning damage.
God damn.
fuck.
Yep. Perfect. Let's hear.
Was that a cat?
I think that was you. That was you. Alice,
That wasn't me.
are you?
No, that was me.
Oh. Okay. Alice,
You sounded like a cat in pain.
Alistair, what's your magic armor?
26.
So 91 minus 26. Okay, so you take 65 points of damage.
And
And you're also immediately
Ow.
woken up by that.
And needs to roll for his thing.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll 1d4, but given the sheer force of that attack, I'll say you have a 75% chance of being freed of charm. Only if you roll a 1 will you still be charmed after this.
Don't
jinx
roll a
it.
1.
Since he was Mother Bird attack,
So
it was
I have to roll.
really charming.
have to roll
1d4.
1d4.
1d4. Yep. 1d4.
Or don't roll a 1.
Here comes the one. Here comes the one. Nay! I'm wrong.
All right.
Finally!
Okay.
But
Neothil.
why?
Neothil, what's
Wait,
your
what
magic
the fuck
armor?
did I just say?
15.
All right. So no, not 90. Hang on. Okay, so Neothil takes 76 points of damage.
What?
So your Mika's magic armor.
Still not
is-
satisfied as Limit Break.
So well, Caius was an end boss difficulty, so let's see. So Mika has 15 magic armor, so Mika also takes 76 points of damage. And Thanatos, your magic armor?
10.
So you take 81 points of lightning damage.
Ow.
And additionally, until the end of this combat encounter, everyone's accuracy is reduced by 1. As your
Oh.
muscles are starting to twitch erratically and it's hard to make them move right.
Even better, I removed her avoidance.
Indeed.
Too.
All right.
You okay,
Well,
Rocket?
We're just waiting.
Holy
shit, Rocket! I'm
Yeah.
coming!
So yeah,
Um,
the lightning disperses and the thunderclouds slowly fade away, and you're all smoking from that, but you're still standing.
Wait. Oh, fuck! Walk it
And
Omega. Walk it
and-
Omega. Walk it Omega. Fuck
and,
it.
and
Walk
it's
it.
back to the party, and it opens with Kyra's jump resolving. So I'm going to have her come leaping in from that wall just as the thunderstorm parts and attacking Quetzalcoatl with her whip. So let's see here. So that would be, and because she wasn't hit by that, she gets her full accuracy. 13 to hit. Yep, that'll hit.
Yay, Kyra! Kick his ass.
37 damage to Quetzalcoatl's Lyra comes leaping in. Whoosh! And sort of lashes her whip across the front of Quetzalcoatl's chest before landing on the other side and spinning around. Woof. All right.
How much health has it got?
272 out of 1,000.
What's that, Alistair?
Probably cure.
On who?
It's a tough decision, but I have to go with Rocket.
Considering
And
Rocket
cover.
has the lightning weakness.
All right. Rocket
Yep,
regains
and
33
cover.
hit points.
just in case.
Oh, that's going on. I'm gonna shoot this birdie in the face.
Shoot birdie in fish.
Make that bastard bird
yes.
pay me.
That hits.
Thanks to that thing. Plus 45.
45.
I'm also going to move myself over
All right.
here.
So it's
me.
43. So it's 43 damage to Quetzalcoatl. As you lift your crossbow up and fire off a shot that gets it right in the big gash that was left in its chest earlier.
So that leaves 100 and what?
229 HP left.
229.
Should something help Mika?
Well, Mika can cast Cura to heal everyone.
That was
That would be good.
All right, Mika is going to expend 30 MP.
wait. Hold on. Don't do that just yet.
He's gonna use Dark Side or something, isn't he?
No. Since I am below 50%, Last Resort activates.
Oh yeah.
So now my
This
damage
sounds
increases.
like
My damage increases by 1 step. So, running up to this bastard bitch of a bird.
So this is your last resort.
Cut my life into
He
pieces.
says, "This is my last resort."
What? First things first, I gotta do accuracy, which is lowered by 1 because fuck you, bird.
11.
I still-
Yep, that hits.
I still
He
hit.
11. Thanks to me.
Ah, shit. $54.
All right, so that's 42 damage total once you take into consideration magic or armor. So Quetzalcoatl's down to 187 HP. Quetzalcoatl's looking really hurt, you guys. Parts of her wings are starting to look kind of transparent, and the electricity is crackling more along her form to try and hold her together.
Now Mika can heal.
Yep, Mika is going to expend 30 MP to cast Cura to heal everyone in the party. For
Shit.
26 hit points.
Oh,
No!
Mika.
That's better than nothing.
That's better than nothing.
You know, if it wasn't the fact that this fucker does lightning attacks, I would have protected Mika.
But no, Rocket's kind of a little more vulnerable.
I know.
All right.
But
Okay.
Rocket's already proved that she's the big bird around here.
All right. Who all has not gone yet?
I mean, Rocket hasn't attacked yet. And
Oh, yeah, I don't think Rocket's done anything. yet.
Okay, Rocket, you still got to do something. Then Kyra can
Finish her!
Is it a finishing move?
No, not yet. She still has 187 hit points.
Damn it. What about Kaya? Could she hit?
Kyra already did
Well,
something.
Kyra's slow action resolved. She still has her full turn now.
Oh, okay.
Slow actions resolve at the start of your turn, and then you still have your full turn left.
She's got to have something devastating to do to hit
So, yeah.
that bird.
Rocket can kick it.
Are in range, so you don't need to charge it at this time.
Just hit with the most powerful attack you got. As long as it doesn't use
Well,
destiny.
she already
points.
did that.
And just a kick in this case, just regular attack.
Poison claw attack.
17. Okay, that hits.
Poison doesn't work.
Roll damage.
Probably not.
Bolter's
Poison? You want me to use my corrosive?
No poison. Ignore the palette.
Bolter
I don't
Turn
think
to light.
I don't even think I still have those.
I can barely hear you. You sound like you're really far away from your mic.
Sorry, my mic was far away.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. 2d6 plus 30.
Ooh, nice.
Max damage.
Max damage. Minus its armor, that's 30 points of damage.
Alright. Prepare cards drive, you can end this fight next turn.
All right. And yep, Kyra is going to go ahead and make an attack roll herself using her fire breath again.
Scorch the bird.
10, that just hits.
Death to the false bird.
Death to the false big bird. We already have our.
Well, in playing Devil's Advocate, it's technically not false because it's best. It's not. He's not technically our me.
All right. All right, so more flames gout out over Quetzalcoatl's form. She's looking really fucked up, you guys. but it's now her turn.
Shit.
Well, she's already limit breaked, so
You are correct about that. So what she's going to do instead is she's going to cast Thundara.
So I hit everyone.
Well, let's find out if she uses it as a single target or group spell.
It's a good thing I'm covering Rocket, so fuck it.
will not be electrocuted today.
She's using it on a single target.
The fuck?
And who's getting zapped?
Well, give me a minute, and I will get back to you on that. Need to like.
Well, aren't you?
Let's see. I'll have her attack Kyra because she's annoyed with the fact that Kyra managed to avoid the previous attack so completely.
No, you get back here. You get your medicine.
You get back here, you take your medicine, you little shit. So.
So it tells me Thanatos is going to have the final hit just for that.
You do not touch my.
Oh no! Yeah, definitely. He's gonna
47 damage to Kyra.
Thanatos, avenge your waifu.
As your electricity crackles along the floor beneath Kyra, she looks down. Oh, shit! And then the bolt of electricity carries her up into the roof, and then she falls back down to the ground and lands. All right, back to the party.
Can I have a final
Thanatos.
hit, guys?
Yes. Yes, go for it, man. I'm giving you permission.
By the power of Darkside, I will destroy
Thanos, no.
you.
All right, 65
I will
HP.
How much health does it have?
It has 98 hit points left.
Balls. Shouldn't someone weaken it then, just for him to get on the final hit?
Fudge nuggets. Yeah, I don't even think my best hit will probably take it out. Need to shoot it and weaken it.
Okay.
Shoot and weaken.
Shoot and weaken so I can have.
It doesn't really
Fire
matter what
attack.
order you do this in, but all right. 14 to hit, that hits. 51 minus 12.
Surely that's enough.
It's minus
99.
39 HP. Yep, so Quetzalcoatl is down to 59 hit points.
Right. Now I shall. First things first, I must roll for. Get your C. Just don't fuck it up.
No!
You
You
missed.
fucked it up.
missed! You just missed!
I give up.
All right, so Thanatos, you sort of you turn dark eyes burning like coals, and as Quetzalcoatl's still reeling from another crossbow bolt to the chest, she notices you doing that. It's like, oh, I remember what happened last time, and like there's a quick flap of her wings and drifts back a bit as you come rushing into where she was and give a mighty swing of your scythe. There's a carving arc of darkness, but you do not hit.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
You were a pain in my ass this entire fight. Don't you start with me.
Alistair, what are you doing?
Fuck it. I'm gonna heal Mika.
All right.
I ain't even gonna attempt shooting that birdie.
Well, you could always do deer.
Yeah, the other characters could finish it off. I'm healing Mika.
Alright.
All right, so that's Cure. Let's not forget to subtract MP, so that's 7 MP from you.
E.
33 HP back to Mika. Nice, nice. All right. Rocket, what are you doing?
Let's see, I
Dominate.
think has 50 something left.
It has 59 HP left, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna kick it.
Go on, Rocket. Dominate over that bird.
There can only be one.
Can only be one big bird.
36. Wait, you didn't roll your accuracy yet.
Oh crap!
You gotta roll accuracy first. I love the enthusiasm, but
Come on, hit. 20 for 36.
I mean, my accuracy plus 9 needs
Yep.
1 to get the fight on.
Yep, 18. Yep, that hits. So that 36. Or 36.
I mean,
12, 14,
It would be a cold day in hell when Rocket misses.
but
All right, so yeah, Rocket, with a quick boof from your rocket boosters, you jump up and you kick Quetzalcoatl in the side of the head, jerking her head off to one side. You all see Quetzalcoatl's appearing very ephemeral, twitching and rippling and distorting. She's about to disperse.
Kai, finish
Okay,
it.
have Kyra finish it.
Avenge your
Kyra
hit.
gets your. Kyra is going to go ahead and use Fire Breath again.
Damn.
And hit.
Roast chicken.
Okay, so Kyra is going to once again inhale deeply, her chest puffing up and glowing red with heat, before she unleashes the gout of flames. The Quetzalcoatl turns to face her just in time for it to lick all up along its body, and you hear the Quetzalcoatl letting out agonized eagle shrieks and cries as the flames lick over its form, descend into its open wound before finally it disperses.
Oh, you're not even talk.
We finally did it.
All right. So,
One trial down, probably a few more to go.
so
That's
Yeah.
all when you realize we have like 6 more of these things.
all right. So,